That's right, Aaron. This confrontation now happening live. This had started as a peaceful protest. Police had warned that people could not walk in the streets, that they could be arrested for disorderly conduct if they took to the streets. What we saw in just the last few minutes was a big crowd of hundreds of people marching across 17th Street, heading west across Manhattan. Police cutting them off as they tried to approach. You can now see police trying to hold them back. They have put some people into wire hand ties. We've seen them make the first few arrests, and we're hearing the NYPD come in now over the loudspeakers, warning people that they will be arrested for obstructing sidewalks. You saw a few people trying to resist arrest. Now a great deal of the crowd has been pushed back onto the sidewalk, part of this street clearing out, but you've got this influx of NYPD officers who are trying to keep control of this crowd. I've heard a lot of people in the crowd chanting now, "Baltimore, we've got your back," and also "our streets," but we have certainly now seen at least a handful of people being taken into arrest, and this group of NYPD officers out in the streets. Now we've got someone on the ground. I think we can get in and see this here, another arrest being made. Officers also trying to talk to people on the sidewalks, trying to keep more of them out of the streets, trying to stop them from joining in. Again, Aaron, I want to reiterate that this started as a peaceful gathering in Union Square for about an hour and a half. People were listening to speakers, they were chanting, they were doing a little bit of singing. When they decided to get in the streets, the NYPD came through on this threat. They had handed out flyers earlier saying that they would step in to arrest people if they obstructed sidewalks or if they got in the streets. NYPD now showing that that was not a hollow threat. They have cut them off really just within the first half block of this march, Aaron. This is Union Square, just down here. So really, this crowd didn't get far at all before the police came in and started making these arrests. I want you to take a look at what's happening out here on 17th Street in Manhattan before your eyes. This started as a protest to show solidarity with Baltimore. NYPD, again, now making a handful of these arrests, Aaron.
And Alex, were you able to understand exactly what happened to have it change? Because when you were talking to us about not even 30 minutes ago, it was remarkably peaceful. And now, obviously, you're seeing this, these isolated incidents. Yeah, go ahead.
Right, and about half an hour, Aaron, when we were on the phone or when we were talking to you, we were saying that this was really a representation of what a peaceful protest looks like. Just a few minutes ago, we heard people say, "Let's march, let's walk." This wasn't an organized march. Initially, this was just an organized gathering. That's what had been billed on social media. But when we got down here and we talked to organizers, they said, yeah, they haven't made plans for a march, but they weren't going to try and stop people if that's what people wanted to do. Here's the big difference, Aaron. You saw in this city, these marches happen for weeks during the winter, and you saw a lot of them happen without any incidents. But the NYPD did warn this evening that people could not take over the streets tonight, that they could not take over the sidewalks. That was a different tactic than what they employed back over the winter, when you may recall we would often walk for miles at a time following crowds of protesters who wanted to demonstrate, who wanted to make themselves heard, who wanted to carry their signs. So just as soon as this crowd started to pour out of Union Square, police intercepted them. They cut them off. The crowd headed from east to west. The police cut them off coming from west to east. There was the confrontation that happened right out here in the middle of 17th Street. The police trying to force this crowd back to where they had come from. A lot of people, again, getting out of the way of police, listening to police orders, getting on the sidewalk. But you did see a few people who were put in those hand ties who have been arrested now, and we're told that they're going to be charged with disorderly conduct, Aaron.